Yeah, I really was going to originally do this while in this chair. My nice chair that I bought off Amazon for like £90, but broken already. Piece of junk, this thing. So hello, and welcome to a bit of an update video. I like to do these life update videos once a year, mostly just so I've got something to look back on and say, oh, this is how I was doing at that point last year or whatever. Except that I didn't do one last year because well, there was a lot going on. So anyway, it's just a little update video. I just like to waffle on for about 10 minutes, talk about stuff and things, some stuff I'm working on. Hopefully I don't jinx it and these things never come out. So let's just talk about my channel. So I hit 1,000 subscribers recently, which is something amazing. I've actually been doing YouTube videos for 10 years as a hobby, so 1,000 subscribers in 10 years, it's alright. I'll hit 100,000 by the year 3020, but yeah, it's fine. Regardless, I'm really happy that I have hit 1,000 subscribers. That's really cool. I do this as a hobby. I don't do this to really get anywhere. This is more just practice for me more than anything, and just gives me something to work on in my spare time. Now that I have done more professional work, I hopefully should do more professional work, and it just gives me stuff to keep my skills sharp, which I think is awesome. I have bought some new equipment to kind of celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers. Equipment that I needed to buy anyway, so I'm just using it as an excuse. A new proper microphone so I can have some crisp audio, because obviously the last couple of videos have had really rubbish audio, this video included, because this is my office that I've set up and the acoustics in here are pants. I hate them, so I'm going to get some foam boards up and stuff. I'm currently having to record any voice lines on a project I'm working on with a blanket over my head so that the audio sounds right, so that's great. But that's fun. But speaking of the projects I'm working on, my car, my 1966 Morris Minor Jean. Plain and simply, the car's been running great. If you watch the series Project Daily Drive, you'll know that I spent about a year getting the car back on the road, stripped it down, did a load of little jobs, sent the body off to Morris Millennium, who did loads of welding work and did a fantastic job, and then I got it back and I put it back together and got her back on the road, and she's been great. She's been getting me to work and back. The commute's been fine. Only had one problem where the condenser failed, but running great. There's lots of little jobs that still need doing. I've still only got half an interior and stuff. Lots of work. But the current project that I'm working on was the service video, which has now turned into the Morris Minor Service Guide mini-series. I severely underestimated how long this video would take me to do, and it's not going to be just one video. No, because that video might end up being 90 minutes long. It's going to be a series of videos going through the different segments, like the 1,000 and 3,000 mile service, the 6,000 mile service, stuff like that, because there is a lot. And I think what I'll do is, once I've got the whole series up, I'm just going to upload the one big video that's got everything there, just for the sake of having it there, but, cut it up into smaller segments. I don't think anybody wants to watch a 90-minute video. I don't think anybody has the patience for that sort of thing. I know I don't. Yeah, so that's what's happening with the car. Something else, my longest running series on YouTube is the Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal work parties, which I haven't been down to one in over a year, and I miss the canal. I miss it. Because of COVID restrictions, there's been no work parties. There's lots of stuff been happening behind the scenes, but you can't really talk too much about that. It's just planning-wise. Fingers crossed, with restrictions being eased, I can actually take myself down there and do some filming. Even if we're not doing work parties, I've actually got a series of videos that will be coming out hopefully in June, which will be talking about some stuff. Basically, it's a soft reboot of a short series that I did. Basically, it's a reboot of the Canal Spotlights, which were little short video segments of different parts of the canal. And basically, it's a soft reboot on those that I want to do properly, loads of them. Now that I have my own car, my own transport, I can take myself off down there. Because of university and stuff and then COVID, it got put to the wayside, but we're going to be back soon, fingers crossed, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. But speaking of the house, my house move, oh boy, I'm stressed with this house. I moved into this house in October, and it has been, you can certainly say, a project. I haven't really been able to do anything worth filming because mostly I've been just doing work to get to the point where I can do work. This house needs so much work that I have to do a load of work to get to the point where I can do work. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. But stuff like the garden was so overgrown I had to hack it all back before I could do anything with it. The electrics are just terrible. Oh my goodness me. I've found plug sockets that have been on fire. I've had plug sockets pull out of the wall. Here's that TikTok I made, because I have a TikTok and just never use it except for when I'm angry. Here I am in my kitchen. I was making some lovely breakfast burritos right here while watching something on my iPad, and I went to unplug it and the plug came out of the wall! Yeah, lots of stuff. This house is a lot of work. I wanted to do some more videos on it, but I haven't been able to because the stuff that I've been doing hasn't been interesting. The only video I've made so far, but I haven't released, is the fireplace restoration, because I've restored the fireplace. If nothing else, I have my priorities straight. The electrics are dangerous, but I got a fireplace, so that's fine. So many problems with this house. There's woodworm, there's leaky boilers and radiators, and it's been hard to track down tradespeople who can come and do it, because COVID. So that's great fun. Loads of work needs doing. But speaking of loads of work that needs doing, let's talk about me! The most narcissistic part of the video. Here I'm talking about me on my vlog on my channel. Oh god. You have to be so inherently a little bit narcissistic to do this. Oh boy. So, myself. Let's talk about my health, because I think that's quite important. It's very important. I am a disabled person. I've been doing alright. I've actually been doing a lot better than I certainly was at this point last year, and definitely this point the year before. I am getting around with a cane at the moment. I'm a part-time cane user because of my leg problems, mostly for stability, but I should be able to shrug it off. The weather's getting warmer, which is great. I haven't had any nasty flare-ups, so that's fun. I have had terrible insomnia for the past couple of months though. I don't get any sleep. I've got some Gucci rich eye bags. They're so rich they could be Gucci, and so deep that I could carry my shopping in my eye bags. Oh dear. So that's fun. Although I did have something interesting, which was that I had a diagnosis for something I didn't realise, which is that, turns out, I have ADHD. That's fun. I've been now learning an awful lot about that. Makes an awful lot of sense. And because of this diagnosis, I've been able to get some kind of stuff in place, which means that I've been more productive than I've been pretty much all my entire life. It's amazing. I kind of wish that I knew this for the past 20 years. It made life so much easier. So that's fun. I'm not an expert on ADHD. I couldn't explain it. It means that I have serious problems with attention span and memory and stuff like that. I can't recall people's names for the life of me, and something has to be really interesting, and I'll hyper-focus on it for 8 hours straight, but if something's monotonous, boy howdy, can I not do anything to work on that. So, yeah, that's interesting. I think it's interesting, learning these things. It means that I can cope with it, and I've actually been a lot better for the diagnosis, because now I kind of know, and I can bring things together, if that makes sense. I'm not all over the place as I have been in the past. So that's quite interesting. Yeah, I'm still learning though about it. I'm still trying to learn how to manage it better, because I've had it my entire life, but only just found out. That's great. Same thing with auditory processing disorder, actually. Nearly forgot about that one. I've been tested dozens of times on my hearing because I've so struggled with my hearing, but my hearing's fine. It wasn't until I found out about what's something called auditory processing disorder. It's basically your brain don't process the sound you're hearing. So my hearing's fine, but I can be staring at somebody and they'll talk to me and I won't hear a word of it. It's fascinating. Once again, I know I've got coping mechanisms for it. I'm still learning. It's fascinating stuff. Like I said, this video, mostly for me, I can look back at that's when I found out about that. Yeah. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in my update video. That's what's been going on. Honestly, not much because of, well, everything. But I've got a lot of work I'm currently working on and will be working on. I've got myself a busy year planned and I should be able to work on it better. So that's great. Higher quality stuff will be coming out soon. This project I'm working on, the car one with the service, this is the longest project that I've worked on since my honours in university. Oh yeah, there was the university thing, damn. Yeah, I forgot to mention that one, because I never made an update video last year, but in 2019 I graduated my university with a degree. I actually have a independent filmmaking degree with honours. Of course then COVID happens, the industry collapsed and the degree is a bit worthless. But that's fine. You know, I can actually work in the industry I enjoy, so yeah, once COVID calms down. But I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about in the update video. I've rambled on for long enough, so thank you very much for watching, and hopefully the service video should be out before the end of the month. Please, I hope so. So, I hope everyone watching this has a lovely day. I hope you're all staying safe and keeping well, and I shall see you in the update video next year, I guess. I'm going to be uploaded before then, what am I talking about? Bye!